Yes, sir. So Kanye ruffled feathers when he was recently on the Drink Champs, and now the powers that be, the people that resemble Peter Rosenberg, people that are most likely related to Peter Rosenberg, are telling him to do damage control. Now he's on some apology bitch tour similar to what Nick Cannon was doing, apologizing for what another man said. Interesting. Ironically, when I see this play out, I could automatically think of Kanye's track, Real Friends. It's not many of us. We smile at each other, but how many honest? Trust issues. Who's your real friend out here, bro? Nori's one of these people that is smiling in everybody's faces, trying to make everybody feel comfortable, but will shit on you at any given time. You would think that Kanye is bringing ratings to Drink Champs because that's what he said at the beginning of the third episode. Last time he was here, the numbers went through the roof. So, with you bringing him on for the third time, in the midst of the controversy of the White Lives Matter t shirts and whatnot, you're trying to match those numbers from the second episode. Let's be honest. But who could rock with somebody like a Nori? When you're proving everything that Kanye said in that interview to be valid. I gotta watch the whole thing. I probably watched like 40 minutes or so. But he didn't say anything that was too outlandish. Let's be honest. People are gonna be easily offended regardless of what. You're anti this, you're anti that, you're pro this. That's how it goes down now. They put you in a box, and if you're not going along with the narrative, then you're either crazy, you're bugged out, you're depressed, something in that nature. But Nori's on this damage control. He's apologizing like some bitch on Hot 97 with this clown right here that resembles the people that are pushing Nori in the back. Let's see what he got to say though.
Nore and EFN decided to have Kanye back on Drink Champs. And I guess I'll start here, Nore. What was the logic for you guys in giving him the platform to come on and talk with you?
The same logic that you buffoons have when you bring artists on your platform. Goofball.
Well, the logic was the same way you guys are giving me the platform. I think you guys have love for me. You guys have respect for me, and you guys think that I should have a say. There wouldn't be no Drink Champs if it wasn't for me coming to this very show and viewing my expressions. You know what I'm saying? I remember I came up with the idea to do Drink Champs after Prodigy wrote his book. And Prodigy wrote his book, and I had to have a rebuttal because obviously I was in the book. You know what I mean? And I would come up to this show, I would come up to the other show, and I started to realize that, you know what, I should have my own show. So this started from there. Now with Ye, I have a relationship with Ye. When he was going through a lot of the things that he was going through, he would call me and he would actually listen to me.
Well, I promise you, he ain't gonna be calling you anymore, bro. After you're doing this dumb shit, playing damage control, acting as if he's bugging out. Shady friends, man. Real friends. How many of us? How many of us?
Take my advice. So I felt I could control the situation. I felt that I could control the interview, and I've learned early on that I didn't. Like as a black man, I feel like I failed. As a human, I feel like I failed. But as a journalist, I succeeded because as a journalist, you're not really supposed to have an opinion.
You're not a journalist, bro. If you're a journalist, please point me in the direction of the columns that you're writing. Please. You're a host of Drink Champs. Big difference. You're a personality. You're not a journalist.
Let people talk. And my biggest critique on Drink Champs is, Nora, you always cut people off. And this is the one time I didn't cut the people. Didn't cut
And
them
everyone
off.
says
And
you should have cut
and
him off.
everyone's mad. Like, so I should just stick to what the script is and cut everyone off. But I sincerely apologize to anybody that was hurt by Kanye's words, by Kanye's actions, because I didn't really realize that sometimes you're so much into the interview, you're not even in the interview. You understand what I'm saying? And so for the first 5 minutes, Kanye had walked in and he said he had people filming. And he told to my producer, he said, if you tell my people to stop filming, that he would walk out. So
Now that's a smart move because he just knows how you people get down. He understands that that's not your platform. You could call it your platform, but it's on Revolt. You could say that it's Diddy's platform, but come on now. Diddy don't own shit, bro. Come on, let's be real.
so that the rhetoric of George Floyd, when you hear him speak about George Floyd, that's in the first 5 to 8 minutes of the actual interview. I actually check him and I say, yo, you shouldn't say that. I actually check him about the Jewish community. I actually check him about the black community.
You checked him about the black community, the Jewish community. I don't remember. I don't recall that. I'm going to have to rewatch it. You got numerous people uploading that. I'm not sure if Revolt took it down or whatever, but I'm going to have to rewatch it. But this dude Nore, man, acting like a straight sucker, talking about I failed as a black man. You been failed as a black man when you basically said years ago that these same executives that Kanye was referring to was telling you that you fit the part, was telling you to act more like a gangster when you was making music, bro. So let's be real. What did he say that was not true? What did he say that was wrong? Aren't these the people that are running these music labels? Aren't they pushing these images? Pushing what's hip? Got people dancing on the tables like monkeys? Come on, bro.
But you don't see that till 2 hours in the interview. So what you're seeing right now, what we're getting backlash for, is for the first 5 minutes of the interview. And you guys understand that when you
Pretty much what was said was Kanye was referring to Candace Owens' documentary, and he pretty much said that George Floyd died from fentanyl. He said that if you look, you don't really see the knee on his neck. Now, how many people actually tried to view that video to see if the knee was on the neck?
trying to have a long interview or in-depth interview,
You got to pace
that
yourself.
you got to pace yourself. So, but if the people are mad at me, the people are saying that was irresponsible of Nore. You know what? I'm gonna say yes. Y'all right. You know what I mean? Like it was. I should have checked him right then and there. So
Well,
he said
listen,
it.
I hear you, and because I love you, I went and kept watching. I was like, everyone's saying they didn't check them at all. Let me keep going. And
Right.
I got to the parts where you guys did try to push back. I mean, listen, you guys went the homie approach of like, hey, but what about, which is what you should do because he's your homie.
Right.
Like it makes sense that was your route. Do you feel though? My only criticism would be this, Nore. There was one part where you trying to really push back at the end, and I was like, oh man, Nore's too drunk. He's too drunk.
I was too drunk. I was too like. By the way, we're called drink champs, guys. We're not political champs. You know what I'm saying? We're called drink champs. We're here to get these people inebriated. We're here to have, because that's when you get these stories that you guys love so much, is when I get them drunk. So unfortunately, sometimes I get drunk with them. It's just he stood with that ideology. He stood with. And by the way, I love Kanye West. I really think that we shouldn't give up on Kanye West.
You don't love him enough, bro. Because instead of talking to Kanye, you're going on an apology tour. Why don't you have that man speak for himself like he was on your platform? You're talking to a man whose family is from Chevy Chase, Maryland. Those are the words of Funk Flex. Remember when Funk Flex was beefing with this dude, Rosenberger, back in the day? The man, oh my goodness, I'm not even going to go there.
I really think that
it's getting tough.
We should talk. Yeah. I know this. I really think, because right now, to me, I just got the phone with Talib Kweli, and I said, Talib, I think you should reach out to him. I think he needs a Mos Def conversation. I think he needs a Dave Chappelle conversation because he's not having these. So when he's having them, he's so much in dominance of this. And like I said, let me not railroad. I'm here to say I apologize to anybody who felt like I let them down, because I did feel like I did let them down to a certain extent, because like I said, I did check him later, but by the time I checked him, it was already kind of like too late. So I can't be mad at Baller Alert for, posting the footage that I don't want them to post. because I'm not mad at them when they post the footage that I do want them to post. So yeah,
Listen,
I do feel let down. I do feel like I didn't do the right job. But this is
Majority of your fan base or majority of your audience feels let down because now they feel like you're inauthentic, bro. Now they feel like you're just a fraud and you're one of the puppets that Kanye is referring to, bro. So you're not really doing any justice by doing this, apologizing like a bitch, similar to Nick Cannon. How are you apologizing for what another man said, bros? The only time you should be doing that is when a man embarrassed you in front of some woman or in front of colleagues or your family, bros. That's the only time.
learning experience. I did not go to school for journalism, but that's not an excuse. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a special ed student. It's not an excuse. Um, I should have checked him as soon as
I
he
feel you.
said it. As soon as
I appreciate that sentiment.
I
Laura, what do you got?
I will say that because I was so frustrated watching clips of you trying to get a point across, but there was never really a point made because you were trying to gather your thoughts and you were clearly very drunk. But
yes,
I'll give you some pushback. I feel like sometimes when you sit down and you're gonna talk to somebody, especially when you know that shows like The Shop couldn't even air their episode because of the hate speech and the consequences that things can come out of. I just felt like, God, I really felt like,
well,
some
I felt
fact
like I had
checking.
control. You know, I felt like I had control. And then
You got this untalented chick talking about I'm about to give you pushback, bro. Give me a fucking break, bro. In all honesty, this is why nobody listens to Hot 97. Let's be real. Laura Styles? The fuck out of here, man. Pushback. Talking about The Shop and LeBron, how they acted like some bitches and pulled his episode off because they're liberals, bros. We already know who's controlling the situation behind LeBron, man. Let's be real. Do your homework.
it's like, you know, I've been the guy. I've been the guy that they said blackballed. You know, I've been the guy that they didn't let in Hot 97. I've been the guy that wasn't allowed in MTV, BT studios, Viacom studios. So I've been there. So I was thinking of that. I said, you know what? I felt like I was blackballed before. So let me let this guy speak. And I did let him speak. And it's a 3 hour interview. It was only 2 minutes of it where I didn't have control of it. You know what I'm saying? So, am I apologetic? Yes, I'm super apologetic. It's a learning lesson for me. Uh, I've never faced this before, but I want to say that I'm sorry. You know what I mean?
Pretty much because the only thing that you're facing is these L's that you got behind your ear, bro. Let's be real, man. You're not facing anything but L's. L left, L right, bro. Getting pushed back from Laura Styles and Rosenberger. Some dude that wants to battle brothers in the trivia of music because that's what they live for. My favorite rap group is the Wu-Tang Clan. I got introduced to hip hop from my brother. I appreciate what you're doing, Nore. Acting like a bitch, apologizing, talking about you're sorry for who you let down when you're really letting down your core audience because now they're not really gonna fuck with you. Let's be real. Who's gonna rock with Nore on Drink Champs unless you already know they're a part of the go along, get along gang and whatnot? But who's really gonna go on Drink Champs and keep it real with Nore after this?
I can sit there. I can say, yo, you know, that's only Kanye West, and it's only what he said. But I have a responsibility when I have an audience, and
But do you think? How about this?
and
Let me question you on this. Do you think you were too thirsty to have this?
What, nigga? Look at this dude's face, bro. Do you think that you was too thirsty? This dude is a fucking bozo, bro. Anybody that's bringing Kanye on, you're doing it for one reason and one reason only: ratings, views, clicks, nothing more, nothing less. Maybe a little sound bite. Other than that, you already know what you're getting. Same reason why this dick rider was all over Kendrick and everybody. And this is why Lupe Fiasco called Hot 97 Thought 97 because they're a bunch of dick riders, bro. Let's be real. They push the same bullshit in rotation on a day to day basis. And they want to have this man apologizing for some dude making comments. Have you been listening to the music that's on Hot 97? In all honesty, what these bozos talk about in the morning? Come on, bro.
Were you looking too much to get the eyeballs?
Peter, to tell you the truth, I already scored the touchdown.
Right.
It was just me spiking the ball. You know what I'm saying? I had already scored the touchdown. I'm just being honest. I feel like we're the biggest in the game. I feel like we are, and I feel like I already scored the touchdown. I didn't need the spike, and that's the problem. I wanted to spike the ball because I was very hurt by the awards. Yes, I won the award. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Cass.
I'm sorry. I got a question, man. So
Jump in, Cass.
So at no point when you guys saw this, you didn't think, it might be a bad idea to let this out? That it might.
Here we go with this simping shit, bro. This is why niggas would never go anywhere when you want to get into this entertainment sphere, because you got to be politically correct or whatever they want you to get down with, bro. You can't push back against that. This is exactly what he was talking about. Yeah, I'm going to have to react to that whole video, bro, in all honesty, because what he said is valid, and what they're talking about, the questions that they're asking in this whole calm, walking on eggshell way is exactly what he was addressing, bro. Black voices. But we already know who's behind those black voices, bro. You can only say a certain amount of things. If you don't act like this, you're not going to get marketed. Pay attention to the imagery that we see on a day-to-day basis when it comes down to hip-hop. What do we see on Hot 97? What do we see on The Breakfast Club? They're not too far off. Nore brought up Viacom earlier. Look into Viacom. They're the group that owns BET. Look into that. That tells you all you need to know. The BET Awards is nothing but the EBT Awards, bros. Come on, man.
It might bring us backwards for whatever progress has been made. Because in my case, after this, I spent this weekend talking with, a bunch of my friends that feel differently, that have a different opinion, that were making roads in one way, and now we're like, yo, but your man's saying this. And I'm talking to general, like, I'm gonna say, like, some of my white friends that lean a certain type of way, we still have conversations like, yo, this, that, or the third. But
what way are they leaning? You're not making any sense. What is the purpose of bringing up the fact that they're white? What did they say? Talking in circles. This is what they do. This is why you can't tune in to these clowns in the morning, bro. They're all controlled, man. They can't speak how they want to speak. Look at how this dude is talking in circles, talking about my white friends, this, that, and the third. What the fuck are you talking about? It's like that episode of Seinfeld when they were like, yada, yada, yada. You got that chick Elaine talking about, yeah, we went to go eat, went back to the house, and yada, yada, yada. What?
now they're like, yo, man, but your man is saying this, and your man is saying that. But look, so now we're having these conversations where we're stepping backwards. At no point did you guys think like, hey, yo, you know what? It might be a bad idea.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's why I'm taking responsibility. I can sit here and say,
how are you taking responsibility when all you are is the host? I'm not seeing that guy DJ EFN. I'm not seeing him apologizing like some bitch on these liberal media tours, bros. I'm not seeing it whatsoever. I'm gonna have to be on the lookout for that. They only have brothers out here looking like bitches because they're always gonna choose money over morals. They have no values. They have no connection to each other, and this is why they don't build. This is why we don't see black-owned record labels. We don't see that at all.
We didn't know. Well, I did know. I did know to a certain extent, but what it was I didn't think he was going to spread this ideology. I didn't think he was going to go there. I thought that he was going to have a couple of drinks. He smoked blunts with us. I thought it was going to be lighthearted. And
yeah, but y'all knew
it was only in the beginning. It was only in the beginning.
I know.
It's Ye. It's Ye. It was only in the beginning, and he threatened my producer that if he couldn't film, he would walk out. So we was trying to,
Got it.
that's how our interviews go. Our interviews go. Rosenberg been on this platform. We try to lighten you up, and then we get you drunk, and then we get you to turn to our side. And
I know what
we
it
tried
is.
to do that. We tried
I
to do
see.
that. We did, but it's yay. And I learned my lesson.
We're talking about hip hop. We're talking about this quote unquote culture, and just look at the individuals that are on the top of the screen, man. They don't even resemble Nore or Kanye. I don't even count that DJ Cash one because he's speaking in circles. We don't know what the fuck he's talking about. But look at this shit. You're trying to appease to these two individuals, man. Some Hispanic chick and a Jewish cat that's only there because of his ties. Come on, bro. This is exactly what he's talking about, bro.
Because at the end of the day, as a journalist, I did my job. I let a person talk. As a journalist, you're supposed to have no opinion, no options, none of that. But
Then why the fuck are you on an apology tour, bro? Where is DJ Effin? Why aren't you guys doing this together? Because that's your co-host. That's your co-host. So why is it always the brother that gotta look like a bitch? Never fails.
I'm black. I am George Floyd. I am Virgil. I am.
You could be George Floyd all you want. All I know is that I'm not taking a dose of fentanyl. Not now, not ever. I'm not gonna be a porn star. Not now, not ever. No disrespect. But that is his own man. Unfortunately, he went out in a heinous way, but that's another story.
I'm saying I am that, and I didn't know until I saw it. I don't watch my own interviews. I just think I'm that dope that I don't even watch myself. You know what I'm saying? So when I watched myself, I was embarrassed. I was like, wait a minute, what did you just let him say?
Well,
So I want you to watch this interview also, and let's get a reaction to that. Let's see how you're looking like a weakling. In all honesty, who is gonna trust you after this, bros? Like I said, automatically I thought of Kanye's track, Real Friends. How many of us? How many of us smile at each other? Trust issues. Switch up the number, and that's exactly what he's gonna do on Nori and everybody else. Because in all honesty, they got the views. They got the views. They're not gonna need Ye anymore. He's not gonna go back on Drink Champs. You got this clown Boosie talking about him and whatnot. Like Boosie's any better, bro. Like, come on, bro.
another lesson for you is that being a journalist isn't just being objective, but it can be fact checking too. And there were times where he needed to get checked. That part, when the George Floyd part, when he referenced the Candace Owens documentary, like that's fact, like that's not a story she's telling. That bothered me. You know what I'm saying? That he.
Why is it bothering you? You're not of that descent. You're not of that race, bro. Why is it gonna bother you? That's not what yo, bros, we gotta really understand this. The issue is not about George Floyd. These people could give two shits about George Floyd. They could talk about him since 2020. He's a martyr now and whatnot. They're really upset about him talking about that group of people that everybody is so hesitant to talk about. Let's be honest and let's be real.
It bothered me. It bothered me. It bothered me, Rosenberg. It bothered me. I do not follow that. I do not. When the George Floyd thing was happening, I didn't actually go out and march, but I was on every call as if I was marching, and as I felt that. I saw that same video. I saw that video. Like, you can't tell me that knee was not on the neck. You know what I'm saying? I saw it. I saw it with my own eyes. So when I looked back at the interview, I was like, damn, Nore, like, why did you wait 2 hours to address that? Even though I did feel like I addressed it, but I addressed it way too late in the interview, way too long, and I'm embarrassed. So to everybody that was, by the way, I could blame this all on Kanye West. I'm not. I want to sit back and say I'm irresponsible for letting it go. I mean, I should have listened to Mav Carver. Yep.
Nori, at any point, maybe off the camera that the audience didn't see, did you have any type of follow-up conversation with him about this?
Yeah. My whole thing was soon as.
All right, no doubt, man. It's enough of that, bros. Done dealing with these people that Dame Dash called chatty patties, man. All this gossip and bullshit talking about another man, bro. That's come on, man. That's what Laura Styles is supposed to be doing with Angela Yee and the rest of the brigade, bro. This dude apologizing, talking about he's feeling embarrassed for what another man said when y'all are proving him right with every word that's coming out of y'all mouth, bro. And you're speaking to somebody who's related to these people, according to sources. Like, come on, bro. Like I said, bros, when you got somebody like Nore who wants to smile and shuck and jive and want everybody to feel comfortable when he's around and whatnot, that's somebody you got to look at with the side eye, man. This is one of those people you would bring around your mom and your mom would tell you that that's not your friend, son. And then later down the line when things fall out, you would understand that the mother's intuition is unmatched. Let's be honest, man. Real friends, bro. How many of us? Nore is pathetic for this, man. I'm not seeing DJ effing. It's always some dude that resembles Nore, Nick Cannon, somebody in that nature going on some apology bitch tour or doing something to emasculate themselves in some way, shape, or form. These people, bro, are spineless. It's always going to be money over morals so they could keep up with their mortgages or their car payments and whatnot and stay on a YouTube platform. Come on, bro. There's enough of that, though. They're proving Kanye right, man. I'm out.